Okay, my site, nearbilliondollarlawsuit.wordpress.com. Clicking on the case against Grace Chapel starts here. I already made a video proving Crystal Meyers 28. Now this is this incontrovertible documentation proving blatant fraud by Grace Chapel, making a pedophile age projection for Crystal Meyers being 5 years younger than she is with her full approval, proving they have manufactured a false age for her all over the internet, as well as removed age proof and more, as well as removed age proof, showing that the proof that they removed her age. And the first thing that I would show attorneys would be the first thing you need to see and study. Okay, so right here goes to that section now. See the blatant fraud manufactured by Grace Chapel in the Big Shiny Planet video, never fully released, as they published it as 2 videos spread apart by 3 years, where in their first video, called Crystal Meyers on Big Shiny Planet, uploaded on June 30th, 2010, when Crystal was 21, they cut it off right before Crystal would have said her age, as we find out 3 years later, at 2:09, after she says it's hard sometimes.
I think that I'm constantly under a watchful eye, and people are constantly watching to see what I'm doing, and I'm a role model and seeing if I can hold up to those standards. And it's hard sometimes, you know.
Okay, so they stopped it there. It's hard sometimes. So that's where they stopped it. And 3 years, and she says it that way because she repeats it's hard sometimes. Because if you go to the second video uploaded 3 years later, said that way as she basically repeats that, so that if you start what appears to be the same video, but it's a second video uploaded 2 years later, it's a longer version, but it has 4.5 seconds cut off the beginning. On June 27, 2013, when Crystal was actually 24, called Youth Bible Study Lesson on Sin, Crystal Meyers. That is longer, but has 4.5 seconds cut off the beginning to make the hiding of her age possible. Scripted, filmed, and edited the way it was, so that when you join them by starting the second upload at 2:09, where the first one ended, you will not hear Crystal say her age. So I'm starting this at 2:09 when the first one ended.
Like, it's a hard thing to sometimes be able to live up to. I need to be able to walk into church on Sunday and have people be as forgiving.
See, it's the perfect, seamless transition from where she says it's hard. So it's 3 years later now. Makes a seamless transition from when she says it's hard sometimes in the first one. So we'll do that one real quick one more time. I'll show you the seamless transition it makes.
What I'm doing, and I'm a role model and seeing if I can hold up to those standards. And it's hard sometimes, you know.
See, it's hard sometimes, right? Then on the second one, you started at 2:09.
Like, it's a hard thing to sometimes be able to live up to. I need to be able to.
So, and you saw that little edit in there too. Did you see that quick edit? So that even seamless as it says, it's hard sometimes, but even if you started at 2:08, you won't hear it. You won't hear her say your age.
And on top of that, like, it's a hard thing to sometimes.
So, if we go back to 2:04, but you have to go back to 2:04 in that second upload that was again uploaded 3 years after the first one to hear her say her age of 19 when she was actually 24 at the time, since they cut off 4.5 seconds. So now, 2:27, 2000.
You know, I'm a 19-year-old kid, and I'm a human being on top of that. Like, it's a hard.
See, they're trying to, so obviously, since they cut the first video off right as she was going to say her age, I'll just read what I have written. The first video is never supposed to be known to say her age from that early of a date, so they cut her age out of it. Then the second video from one angle is supposed to be started by how Grace Chapel sees it at 2:09, where the first one ended, to never hear her say her age, so that it can appear that it was never in there, to appear as if they never cut it out. Then the one with you hearing her age of 19 when recorded, but uploaded when she was 24, you are supposed to hear her say her age, and based upon that upload date, you are supposed to, based on how Grace Chapel plotted their lie, come to the false conclusion that she was 19 on June 27, 2013, when she was 24 at the time, a difference of 5 years, and fixing to be 25 to make her appear to have been 15 in early 2009 when she was 20 in early 2008. Yeah, she was fixing to be 25. She was 24, but close to being 25, to make her appear to have been 15 in early 2009. Okay, when I heard of her. So that's what they're doing, and they obviously since they cut the first one off at her age, and then uploaded the second one, so that if you start it at the same time the first one is, you miss her say her age. Obviously, they're focusing on trying to remove her age, and where that if you look at that one, the second one independently, with that upload date, that's the only way they want you to hear her say her age, so that you will come to that false conclusion that she was 19 when she was actually 20 at the time, when she was actually 24. So they obviously try to hide her age in the first video, as they cut it off right before she said her age. And then if they were not convinced they were trying to hide her age by that, the fact that when you see the one they have her saying her age in was published 3 years after the first one ended, right as she was fixing to say her age, as we found out 3 years later, now only by these videos already we have passed a preponderance of the evidence level that they were certainly trying to hide her age. Then once you see that they cut 4.5 seconds off the second upload, so that when you join them and start the second video, the first one ends, as a seamless transition is made possible, how Crystal performed her script as she did, and by what she said, that they cut out with the second video started where the first one ended, by what they left in, seen only in the second video, by what they cut out.
Like, it's a hard thing to sometimes be able to live up to. I need to be able to.
Okay. By what they cut out with the second video, the first one ended, by what they left in, seen only in the second video, which started at 2:04.
Times, you know, I'm a 19-year-old kid and I'm a human being on top of that.
They had her say she's a human being on top of that to make it appear like she's being victimized, but she's not. It's just part of a script. So at 2:04, seeing that missing portion, 2:04 to 2:09, where along with her saying at the time recorded, she said her script to make her appear to be their victim when she was not, by her saying she was a human being on top of that. Because everything they've done, they try to make it appear like they're going after her. And I get into this a lot more as you continue to read down. They are trying to use removing that as a cover that they were trying to hide her age, but that does not fit with waiting 3 years to upload their second video as hiding her age and trying to make her appear to be 5 years younger does. She was their partner, not their victim. Now we are to the honor reasonable doubt level that Grace was trying to hide her age and make her appear to be 5 years younger. And I don't even need beyond a reasonable doubt for a civil case, but that's where we're at with this. No reasonable person would believe that they're not trying to hide her age. But I'm not even into beyond a reasonable doubt. That's later. This is preponderance of the evidence, and certainly have surpassed preponderance of evidence that they're trying to hide her age, and that they uploaded those videos the way they did to hide her age, to make her appear 5 years younger than she is. Good, combined with all the other things I show you, where they only have her, where they've gotten rid of her video, where she and they got rid of her Makes a Noise video on iTunes, and how they have only young photos of her on the internet, and no photos of her since 2000, since 2009, and then early 2010, very early 2010, making those appear like as if they're new, when 7 years old. The newest ones of her are 7 years old. So, and then again, prove her age. And that is one of 50 things they have done to try to make Crystal appear younger. Here's one. If you type in Bing, you type in her name. Here's what shows up in Bing. That's the photo you get when you type her name into Bing. Here's another, making her appear to be younger, appear to be young. See, and this right here is from Wikipedia, where that's not valid anymore because Grace Chapel, by organized crime editors, has contested her birth date, where they used my name as a screen name to start that process. Part of my name mixed with my birth date, as Rick Meyers did shit under that alias that he made up to try to begin the process to remove her age, her birth date from Wikipedia, when what he did would have been considered vandalism and it would have been reverted. But instead, his organized crime editors said her birth date was disputed. I get into that more later. And then here's this photo. That's a June 6, 2006 photo. Again, to try to make her look like a victim. They did that. See, if you look at this, that is a June 6. Where is it? Where's the date? Yeah, June 6, 2006, right? So 666. They did that on 666 to try to make it appear like she was their victim. And Wikipedia, I put another photo on that page a long time ago, and I have links to that a little bit down the page. But anyhow, let me see how much time I have on here. Okay. What they cut out was Crystal saying she was human. I'm talking to remember I already proved that originally were hiding her age. Okay, that's all for this video. I can pick back up. That's all I need for right now. Read the rest of that.